Hello again, I'm Denise from Your Seasons Yoga, and welcome back to Yogettes, short videos designed for your convenience as informational reminders for practitioners or building blocks for beginners. Today we're focusing on Vinyasa Krama, and one of the hallmarks of Vinyasa is the internally focused, continuous movement and breath synchronization. Now, we've done Vinyasa in previous Yogettes. However, in this upcoming practice, we will have a longer sequence starting and ending in the same way, allowing each of us to evaluate any changes that occur step by step. Energy shifts and attention changes with Vinyasa. It's like a story with a beginning, a middle, and an ending. TKV Desikachar stated that Vinyasa is intelligently conceived steps in order to reach a desired point. Let's experience what Vinyasa feels like, what these steps are like, and then discuss its meaning further. Prior to starting, you'll need to be familiar with Ujjayi breathing and breath and movement coordination, which we go over in Yogettes number 2 and 3 respectively. Let's begin in a seated position.
Once you're seated, begin a comfortable, smooth Ujjayi breath, briefly pausing after each inhale and exhale. Notice whether the inhale or exhale is more dominant. And also your mind's ability to focus on the sound of your breath. After you finish this next exhalation, please come to sit on your heels in a position called Vajrasana. If you have any knee issues, the modification would be to stand up on the shins instead. Once you begin your next inhalation, you're going to raise your hips and your arms overhead. Breathing in to raise up, and now exhale over to child's pose. And now we're going to reverse. Inhale, extend the spine to return up on the shins, and exhale, either sitting on the shins or just lowering the arms. And let's repeat. Breathing in to raise the hips and arms up. Exhaling, hugging the belly in to child's pose. Inhale as you reverse and stand back up onto the shins. And exhale to come back to sit. Good. Go ahead and release your breath completely. And then we're going to add on one more movement. In your next inhale, raise the hips and the arms once again. Smooth Ujjayi, exhaling to child's pose. On your next inhale, rock forward onto all fours and lift the chest, sternum forward. Exhale as you reverse back to child's pose. Inhale to stand back on the shins, extended spine. And exhale to sit back down. Good. We're going to repeat one more time. Breathing in to raise up onto the shins, arms overhead. Exhaling down to child's pose. Inhale forward to all fours, lifted chest, arched spine. And now exhale, returning back to child's pose, hugging navel to spine. Inhale as you stand up onto the shins, arms overhead. And exhale to sit back down. Once again, relax your breath. Notice how you feel. And now we'll be adding on one more movement after all fours. As you breathe in this next time, raise your arms back up, following the same sequence, exhaling to child's pose. Inhale your full breath to all fours, lifted chest, and now exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips for downward dog. And now we'll reverse from downward dog. Inhale all fours, dropping the knees down, arching the chest forward once again. Exhale as you return to child's pose. Inhale, extended spine to stand up on the shins. And exhale as you sit back down. One more time like this. Inhale as you lift up. Exhaling, child's pose. Inhale, all fours, extended chest forward. Exhaling as you hug the belly in, move to downward facing dog. And now reversing. As you sip the breath in, slowly lower the knees down and arch the chest forward. Exhaling back to child's pose. Inhale as you stand up on the shins, arms overhead. And exhale as you sit back down. Now relax your breath completely. And this is the last time we will add one more movement to create the final sequence. Once you've regained your breath, inhale to raise the arms and the hips. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, downward dog. Now, inhale as you come forward into plank pose. Bring the chest forward, lowering the hips, and now reverse. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, all fours, lifted chest. Exhaling, child's pose. Inhale to stand up on the shins. And exhale to come back to sit. We'll repeat the final sequence one time. Breathing in to raise back up. Exhaling, child's pose. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale to plank position. Exhale to reverse the whole sequence, downward dog. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale to stand up on the shins. And exhale to come back to sit. Once again, relax your breath. Notice how you feel now that you're still. And then let's come to sit.
Once you've returned to your seat, take a moment to notice your attention. And then notice how you feel overall. Once the sequence was familiar, how did it feel moving from posture to posture with the breath? Were you able to maintain a steady breath during a longer sequence? Vinyasa is a means of releasing tension in the body, and while static postures and breathing are beneficial, there are circumstances where staying in a posture can create more tension and problems than moving dynamically. This way of practicing while linking asana and breath together creates longer sequences of motion, and personally to me it feels like a moving meditation. The Sanskrit word vinyasa means sequence, and so when you break down the word vinyasa into two parts, vi and nyasa, vyasa means to place and vi means in a special way. And then when you add the word krama, it means an order, prescribed order of activities like a step. So I like to think of Vinyasa Krama as meaning to place in a specific way, step by step. But it's not just the body you're placing there, it's your attention and your breath and movement and breath coordination together. So it's multiple things happening at one time. Vinyasa sequences can be short or they can be long. However, it's important to keep in mind that they're supposed to be an internally focused practice. So I hope this yogette helped introduce or clarify Vinyasa Krama and how it can be utilized. Please join me for the next yogette that focuses on mantra and yoga practice. Thanks for joining me today. Namaste.